train's burning its brakes. All right, the train's out of the way. Well, it is a suspension bridge. I thought it was going to be like a pedestrian one. I wonder if this is the old road from back in the day. This is cool. The metal deck. Don't want to drop anything here. There's a lot of deterioration, and that water right there is so turbulent. Look over this. Look how turbulent that is. The water coming up. This is the kind of area that would pull you right in. Look at that movement down there. That is so cool. This area makes for beautiful pictures. There's the bridge we just drove over. Beautiful turbulent water. Get a nice picture like this of both bridges. I don't know why they don't make bridges like this anymore. This used to be very, very common. I feel like it would be beneficial. Doesn't ever get potholes. There's always potholes on bridge decks. Looking, is there an easy way down underneath it? Because there's a lot of space underneath it. Yeah, there's a trail going down there. I kind of want to see this from down below. I feel like this is the old primitive road. They always had primitive roads back in the day, really steep. They didn't do a lot of cutting and filling of dips back in those days. They just went wherever the land was easiest. I think this is the old traffic bridge. We got an old mattress down here. Look how crystal clear this water is. Going down here into this. This water's actually warm. There's a little creek right here that's leading down into it. That is freezing cold. But this is actually kind of warm. But if you get out there, you might not be coming back. There's whirlpools everywhere. The river's going that way. It's coming back this way. It's a massive whirlpool, and you can tell where the rocks are, forcing water up. Over here, see there's little whirlpools all over the place. Be a very dangerous river to fall into. But it's warm. We'll find a safer area. There's better areas than this. As far as not having the dangerous turbulence. Look at that. I want to get up here to this high point and get another look at it. Imagine this river during the spring thaw. Where I'm standing would be underwater. Coming up here to another point just to look down at the turbulence. Wow, look at that. If you were to jump into that, don't know if you'd come back out. In the center right there, the water's coming up. Look at that. Look at the rapids going the opposite river, going the opposite way the river's flowing. Look at the turbulence over there. Here's an even higher viewing point. Going the reverse direction of the river. This flat rock right here looks like it's actually got a bit of a cave underneath it. Check this out. And this section of the river also would all be underwater during the spring thaw. What do we got here? It's like a little cave. There's no wind in there. Blocks the wind. I don't know if it just got sunnier, but it looks more turbulent now. Look at this, we just stopped at Flying J. They're gonna put out the fire. I thought that was like a homeless camp or something. It's a tiny fire, it's been burning all day. Flying J. Hope, British Columbia, Canada. It's been burning a while. Be back with more. Morning. The fire is definitely still burning. You just can't see it. I think it's because it's very rocky that it's not spreading further, faster. Definitely still burning up there. It's made it further down towards the parking lot. It's also made it further up. Today we're off from the truck stop to go on a hike, and we're gonna go see something called the Sasquatch cave. We're bored today, got nothing to do tomorrow, waiting around a couple days until after the long holiday weekend to get that new fuel line so we can safely move around. So we showed up here at the Sasquatch cave. It says a bunch of no trespassing signs. But it says over here, if you're here to see the cave, it is free. You just sign in and you sign out for safety reasons. There's no one in there, you just sign a paper, then you sign on the way out. Now we're walking up to see the cave. And look, it says Jamie Davis Towing, like from the TV show. We're actually broken down right across the street from them. So we're exploring a couple days. The caves. There was a sign down there that said 5 and someone put a K. I thought it meant like 5,000, someone as a joke, but now I just see they didn't have the room to put KM. The moss out here is beautiful. And there's only one other person that signed in today. We thought it was going to be a crowded tourist attraction because all the campgrounds are booked. We couldn't find a campground while we're having the fuel leak, so we're at the Esso truck stop. They said we could just park there for free since they never fill up. Warning, hazardous area. It feels cold coming out of the cave. It's so cool because it's a hot day. It's gonna be nice. Feels like refrigerators open out here. I see an arrow pointing that way. Anything up here? Maybe this is the way out. It looks like heavy traffic. We got arrows going into the tight cave. There might be someone else in here because one person didn't sign out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, turn the flashlight on. We don't really need it on full. Let's dim it. Looks like somebody had a fire in here at one point. Okay, that's good. A little fire pit area. There's Sasquatch's stool. More crevices. Yep, and there's a way out over here. There's a rope hanging from the ceiling. Looks like a whole nother way up in there. Would I dare trust my weight on this rope the way it's in there? Nope. But looks like there's another upstairs area. I'm a little afraid of dislodging one of these rocks. But it continues up here. There's some broken glass around. Lots of interesting crevices. You gotta be careful of your back in here. Oh, there's the exit way. It says exit and it's pointing. But there's also a compartment back here. And what about here? Looks like something I could maybe crawl down inside of. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna try to fit down in there. Alright, it doesn't go any further than that. Oh, it might go up though. You can see why they want you to sign in. Pretty large area up in here. Oh wow. Keeps going. Look at that. Is that the end? I'm gonna shut the light off, see if I see daylight. No, it's completely dark. Oh, but there's more up there. Right, now that we're up inside here, I'm gonna show you this. It's a pretty big crevice, but it doesn't look like it goes anywhere. Oh, we're up in here. There's this large area here. Flat area. Now, this way it gets very, very tight and claustrophobic, and you see water slowly trickling down the walls. So that doesn't go anywhere. Back in here, this spot does go somewhere, it looks like. Or maybe it's just this big open area. But we're gonna get up in there. Fortunately, someone came in here and graffitied some of it. Maybe that's why it's off limits. If you don't sign your name in, that's why they got dozens of cameras leading up to it to figure out who might be doing this. There's a lot of isopods in here. Even a couple of carpenter ants. Because there's an arrow pointing where the exit is, I don't think we're gonna come up here, so leave the backpack there for these really tight corners. Gonna try to squeeze up here. Oh. Too tall for this. My leg doesn't bend in that crevice. I gotta wiggle through there. But there's a big opening in here. I can stand now. Look at that. Without coming into these places, you can't tell if they continue. That looks like it might go somewhere. And they got arrows to lead you back out of here. It's got some water dripping. This, it's impossible to go through there. Nothing down there. That's where I just squeezed through, that hole. It's pointing there. Look how it's got that little rock holding the big rock with the arrow. You got all these drip marks. Look back in here. You got some trickling water. If you look for a while, you'll see a drip every now and then. Is this? Hey, this is where I just was showing. It looked too claustrophobic to come in through. It's the same passageway. Okay. If there's arrows pointing out, then somebody must be going down in here. Let's see if this goes anywhere. I can feel it. My knees are hurting. Twisting through here. Alright, this is not the exit, but it's definitely a way out. Look at the moss. Daylight's getting in. I kill the light. Definitely a way out, but it's not the listed way out. Let me come back through here. About this one, does this go through to the same passage? That just looks like a dead end. Coming through the wet area now.
Are you okay? No.
I'm sorry. I think this is the area you went down before. I think this is all a little maze. I think every little crevice basically connects in here. This part of the cave has a crack in the ceiling and we can really feel the summer heat. This is where we came in through. Then there's this passage back here which also had that mossy exit. But this is their exit. We gotta go down that steep place. There's no daylight showing down there, so it might go for a little longer. It's hard to maneuver in here with a backpack on. And look, there's spider friends over there. Look at that. Zoom in nice and close. Look at that. Multiple spiders. There's another one up there. We have the spider's egg nest. Any more? Yep, there's more. There's another one up there.
Ah!
You see a spider?
I touched something.
What did you touch?
I don't know, something webby.
Yeah, there's a lot of spiders. They're not gonna hurt you. Oh, there's another one up there. That one's right next to its egg sac. A lot of them, they like this opening because it creates a draft. It sucks a lot of flies and stuff in through here. All right, we gotta try to get down in there. Look right here. We have a really big slug. It's in like a sleeping stage. It's what? Its eyes aren't out. Big one. It's like 3 inches. But probably get a lot bigger when it starts moving away. Alright. Let's keep moving. Where'd the slug go? Oh, there it is. There's also a golf ball in here. I'm gonna try to come down right there.
Hold on, let me get you a good light.
Here, can you take this? Can you reach up here and take the phone?
Yep. Yes.
I have a feeling a graffiti artist put shit here. I don't think this is a way out. Oh, it might be through there. Yeah, we're good. I see daylight there. So, I definitely see why the owner put all the cameras up. There's graffiti everywhere. There's a little cave going down in there. This is a pretty awesome cave. See what we just came down? We gotta go back and look through the footage. I hope that's not what we saw as an angle. That looked like exit. But I was thinking we'd have to somehow climb back up this, which might be difficult, but nope. There is a way out over here. And there's lots of acorns. Now I really gotta squeeze through this, so I gotta take the backpack off. I got one here. Gotta really squeeze. Can barely fit. Oh, right there. Right behind me. That's the same mossy exit. This is all connected. It's all little passageways going to the same exact spot. Let's see. Yay!
Yay!
That was a tight one.
Hold on there.
So this is where we just came down from that other room. And back into the summer heat. Hey, this is the first spot. So it's like a nice circle in the cave. And now it's hot out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I locked it out. This flashlight will start a fire. I also see someone made a trail there. Maybe that's how they hoisted themselves up with that part with the rope. It's nice just sitting in front of these caves. You can feel freezing cold air coming out. Too bad this campground didn't have any availability at the time. This is a cool campground. Look at this. Look at these giant rocks. There's the campground. You can rent sites. That's so cool. They even have a motel. Even a separate cabin buildings, it looked like. So I'm following this little trail up top just to see, can I find wherever that area with the rope was. Oh, I do see a way there. I also see spiders. Gotta be careful walking around here because you could fall down into these things. Wow, freezing cold air coming up out of there. It's pretty awesome. Let's see. I thought those were blueberries for a minute. I don't think that's anything I want to eat. Look at this, another trail. Beautiful big rocks. I hear helicopters. Maybe they're taking another swing at that fire. They dumped a bunch of buckets last night. Didn't extinguish it. It started up again. Dumped a single bucket earlier this morning. Didn't do much. Sounds like they're back at it again. I think they're fighting something more important. There is a bigger fire that we were near yesterday, but we had to come back here. We keep finding ourselves back here in hope. Google kept sending us back here for no reason a few times because it was confused when there was no signal in the mountains. But here's the way back down. I gotta be careful right here. All right, everyone, we're leaving the cave now. We're gonna walk a half an hour into town to a grocery store because we don't want to pay the gas station's high prices. But then we're gonna walk back to the vehicle, spend another 2 nights behind the Esso where that fire is. If there's any more exciting helicopter drops on that fire while we're there, I'll show it. I'll show what the fire is doing over the next couple days. If it continues to just smolder and reignite like it's been, we'll see what happens. But thanks for watching this cave video and have a great day. This building, it looks like they're slowly cutting it up into firewood to burn. We just came back out from the caves. There's a bunch of mobile homes here. I think this is where the workers of the campground and motel live. Maybe someday if we come back and they have availability, we'll stay here. No availability right now. Interesting place. Unfortunate, people throw their trash around and graffiti their caves to the extent they gotta have cameras everywhere. Interesting. We're gonna go sign out now. Well, we're walking back and it's smoking even more. You can tell they still didn't put it out. They almost had it last night when they sent a bunch of helicopters. I hear helicopters. I don't see them. So much more smoke from that little fire. Oh look, it's cool. Look, they're going so fast, they're spilling a little bit of the water. They're going back over there to the fire. But we're not over there right now. The fire's over there in that mountain, right behind the Esso station. That's where he's going. Will I be able to see them dump from this far away? Let's see. They are fighting it, that same fire. It's been like 20 hours now. Are they gonna release? We're zoomed in 10 times. They're getting down closer. We can zoom in a little more. We're not going to see the dump now. The bucket's down behind the tree line. But we are really, really far away now, walking to the supermarket. Yeah, they're dumping it like right in the spot. But we'll be back in a few hours. Supermarket's 2-hour round trip to walk it since their vehicle broke down. It's just a fuel line leak. We'll get the part when they open back up Tuesday and I can put it in myself. We're walking back from the grocery store. We're an hour away from coming back to the truck stop where our vehicle is temporarily not drivable, and the fire looks even bigger up on that hill despite the helicopters going at it earlier again for day 2. Yep, like 30 seconds later. Yes, they do have the helicopters in there. There's so much smoke now compared to before. We're walking back, about halfway back from the grocery store. And we thought it was going to be cheaper than the gas stations, but everything was insanely cheap because everything was insanely expensive, so we didn't get very much. Just got a few things for the night. It's just about the same as the gas station because it's a small town in the middle of nowhere and it costs a lot to truck things up here, I guess. Let's see, can we still see the helicopters up in there? I wonder what it'll look like when the sun goes down in a couple more hours. I wonder how smoky our vehicle's gonna be today. Still about a half an hour out from getting back to the fire where we parked the vehicle at that gas station. Didn't want to take the risk with the leaky fuel line.
There's another one.
Oh yeah, there's another one. Multiple ones going over to the fire. I'm pretty sure they thought it was out last night, but I could tell by the color smoke it certainly was not. You could tell by the color of the smoke when something's burning. Oh yeah, you can see it dumping in there. I would think they'd want to fight these things more at night when you can see the hot spots like we were seeing down there. Here goes another one. And another one just went over into the water. There's 2 of them going back and forth constantly. I love these crows on the fence. We can't really see much from here, but I hear a lot of helicopters. I see a lot of smoke up in the back right there. All right, we're back in view. That fire got a lot bigger in the probably 3 hours we were gone. It's getting bigger and bigger as they fight it. It's getting hot out. But it doesn't seem to be expanding much from where it was a day ago. It's just hard to fight it where it is. Look at this area. All the wrecks that they pull in from the Coquihalla Highway. Yesterday when we were driving, there was a truck flipped over with fish all over the road. And then when we came back, they were loading it with an excavator into dumpsters. I think that's a truck. There's also a ton of those burnt cars. When we're driving these steep roads, you see burnt spots in the breakdown lane everywhere because everyone's overheating their cars and they're lighting on fire. They're not being careful enough with them. This old school bus is so cool. interesting seeing the town using this method, stacking a bunch of bags of concrete, and then the paper just wore off them. That's what you're seeing there. Interesting. Here's another one. I like this natural sidewalk. You can see flames up there when the angle's right. The smoke is just blocking it, but there are some active flames. We might get a better angle when we get closer and the sun's maybe behind the mountain. Here comes another drop. It's getting really windy today. That's probably making this get really big. It's spreading it, it's helping everything dry out. Helicopters are still going back and forth. It's been about 24 hours now. It is getting so windy that what they're doing is barely doing anything. They've been going back and forth. I wasn't filming at all because of mostly the sun glare, but they must have done this at least 50 times. And the fire is still worse than it was when we started filming it last night. The wind is drying out everything they're doing. That's a white claw rolling by. Here comes another one. Probably gonna go into the night. I really want to see them do it at night. They didn't do it at night last night. They stopped as soon as the sun went down. This for about 12 hours today, helicopters non-stop, dumping one like at least every 5 minutes, and it's still smoking, not getting much better. Now the fire department just showed up with this truck over here. And some guys are hiking up to it. They got some guys trying to hike up there somehow. At least this lower part looks like it's pretty flat. They're hiking up there trying to figure out why is this not going out. I think all these small buckets they're using are just wetting the trees, and the heavy wind today is just drying it out faster than they can replenish it. Do you think this might be why it's not going out? I just noticed over here it's pouring out of the rocks. Maybe there's caves up there like we were in today. See that? The firefighters came back down. It's starting to get dark, and they're still going at it. Still smoking a bit. I wonder if it's down inside of caves, because I see smoke pouring out of random spots of the woods now that there's wind. Here, they're landing to get more. I see flames again. I hear the helicopter coming back. Now we're out picking berries. They're so good. The ones that are a little squishy are so sweet. Look at them all. They're just as big as the ones from the store. A little box at the store is $5. Easily could pick a 5-gallon bucket of them. There's so many of them. Just all these clusters. Look at them all. Look at how many there are right there. I'm just filling up on them. Even these ones are a little soft. They're sweet. But they're prickly. Ooh. Gotta be like a mountain goat here. Ooh. You cannot grab onto anything if you start to fall. It's all prickly. Ooh, this one's huge. And that's all blackberry bushes up there. All the way down there. Yummy. It looks like they've given up on the fire, just like last night. Hopefully it doesn't pick up again. A tree just fell down. Is that the firefighters up there knocking it apart? Or the fire burn it down? So firefighters are still over here watching it. Alright, tonight the fire's a bit smaller than it was last night. There's still specks of it way up in the mountain a little bit. A couple there, a bunch down here. How much more will it expand overnight? It's smaller than it was last night. Can't even notice it unless you zoom into them. It's now the middle of the night. It's getting smoky again. Fires are growing again, just like last night. It's getting big again. You can even hear it crackling again. Let's see how the fire's doing right now. It's getting bigger again. Up top. It's getting bigger up there again.
like last night. It's getting bigger. It's not gonna rain for a while. It's 10 in the morning the next day. This looks like the best progress they've had on the fire. It's not windy. It's not sunny, so it's not drying out their water. Barely any smoke from that part. Up top, looks like it's getting big again. It looks like it's moving over. Now it looks like it's burning in 3 different spots, but it looks like it's the least smoke we've seen. The fire department came here again today. Wonder if they're gonna climb up again like yesterday. Day 3 on this fire. Fire truck keeps making trips back and forth, backing up in there. I feel like there's a pool I can't see that they're filling or something. It's the 4th trip this fire truck has made, backing up. And they're still going up top with the helicopters. Let me zoom in for a minute, see what the fire truck's doing. They're looking up at it. I see a bunch of flames that just broke out again. Putting the bucket right down to something. You can't even see it dumping. It's burning now in 3 different spots. The fire just got huge at this one. It's one of the biggest flames we've seen. Yeah, it just got huge again right there. Over here where they were dumping earlier, looks like it's almost out. But there, the flame just got big again. I think that fire truck that's been coming and going might actually be taking water from this. I think there's a retention pond behind that fence going somewhere else. It sounds like it's struggling every time it pulls out of here, like it's coming out of here full of water, not the other way around. There's a lot of vehicles here, people that went up into the woods next to this and are spotting the helicopter from the ground. Firefighters are hiking into the woods again. I feel like there's another fire somewhere else because they keep bringing that truck in and out. If I look closer, it looks like they're having something to get the water out of here. There is a big retention pond back here. Thankfully, tomorrow's Tuesday. We finally have the vehicle repaired. Just like yesterday, the helicopters took a few hour break and it started right back up. They almost had it out today. It started back up. Now it looks like it's only in one spot burning, but the flames started up again and the helicopter's on its way. Because it's a holiday in Canada, I think a lot of the truck drivers are off. This one here has been there for 2 days. The guy back here was sunbathing with his chair earlier. Weightlifting in the parking lot too. Oh, here comes another load. Another load of water. Here comes another one. 2 helicopters are back again taking turns. Let's see how it does tonight. We're gonna see hot spots again tonight. Ooh, where's he going? There must be another fire we don't see up over the other side. Yep, there's one we don't see. I guess I do see another plume of smoke in the background. Doesn't seem like a big fire, but I guess it's hard to get the hot spots out of all these rocks. Is he lowering it down inside the trees or on the other side of the mountain? Here comes another one, but it's not going to the fire right here. It's going over the mountain somewhere. Oh, I guess there's a third fire we can't even see. I love how British Columbia has blackberries literally everywhere. Big ones like you buy at the store, and they're so juicy. Look at that. Unfortunately, someone dumped a bunch of tires and garbage in here. We're going on a walk right now over to Flying J. It's next door, but we gotta go over the highway. Here's the fire. Still going on up there. Day 3. Look at all these berries. They're everywhere. Delicious. While we're broken down, I've been munching on them. They're all over the roads and most of the hiking trails we've done. Perfect time of the year. Yummy. There's the place we've been staying in their parking lot. Got the fire. Yesterday night I was gonna go on a walk over to the Flying J because they had some pizza that looked really, really good a couple days ago. And then I realized I had to cross over the highway and I didn't feel like walking over the bridge because it's twice as long. I thought it was next door, but it is next door, but it's on the other side of the highway. So we're walking over there tonight because they had some pizza in there that was stuffed crust, but they also use barbecue sauce instead of tomato sauce, which is kind of nostalgic. They used to make that in my middle school, so I want to see if they have it tonight. Here comes the helicopter again. What do they got there? It's getting bigger again.
Are they gonna stop fighting it like last night as soon as it gets a little dim? They're not going to this fire anymore. I think they got something bigger going on the other side. The fire got big again. Look at that. It's getting really hot again. I don't know why they don't send any helicopters out at night. It stops every evening. They just don't touch it until the morning. And there's another little one over here. That's bigger than it's been the last couple nights. I actually do hear a helicopter, but I don't think it's coming over. Look at that, it's the worst night yet. Can't wait to see what it looks like in the morning. And you also see there's a few other fires. There's a giant one, and there's 3 other smaller ones that we can see. I can't believe they don't fight it at night when it's easy to pinpoint. It now looks like a smiley face. It's getting even bigger. You can hear some crackling up there now. The fire at the top of the hill is getting a little bigger now too. Getting smoky. It is now 8 in the morning. The fires got huge last night again. That little one over here that we didn't even notice is burning a ton. Right there, that little teeny one is where we saw the majority of that last night. Giant fire kind of burned out. Top, there's another giant one. Got really, really big. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, hundreds of helicopter visits. Fire just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Must be more I'm not noticing up there. Today's gonna be a sunny day. Yesterday was cloudy and cool, and it got out of control like that. Today's gonna be sunny. It's gonna happen. Called the mechanic this morning. He's stuck at the airport from vacation. We're stuck here until at least noon. Alright, we're out of here. It looks even bigger now. We're finally leaving out of here. We're about 5 minutes away from where we've been. There's the helicopters fighting the fire from far away. And we're gonna end the video here. Just had the mobile mechanic out, very good price. He was able to fix it. He didn't swap out the line, but he did replace one of the fittings. He said we'll be fine. He said There's no reason to replace it, and we're good to go. He had some tools that I wouldn't even have been able to replace that fitting he found in there. And he had to take a few things apart. That adjustable wrench wouldn't have fit. He had a really low profile one. He got in there nicely. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day.